Well, hello, Don Hastings here with A to B for me, and thanks for coming back. I wanted to spend some time with you this afternoon because I'm super excited. I know I told you this morning I was going to be back and talk to you about some great stuff, and that's what we're going to do today. But first of all, happy November, man! We made it. I know a lot of you may have had a kind of a trying year this year. But and some of you I haven't. I know a lot of you that my buddies here in real estate, you've done really well, and some folks but just haven't. So God bless you if you haven't, and God bless you if you have. But for a lot of us in November, it's our time to not give up on 2020, but to really, while we're not giving up, also plan for 2021. It's the time to start doing that right now. And you know, in November we got a lot of things going on this week, right? We've got everybody's voting, right? We got to get the vote out. So get out there and get the vote. But what I want to talk about today is who you vote for, and I'm not talking about Trump or Biden. I'm talking about right here. I want you to vote for you, and that's what I want to talk to you about in this brief time I have with you this morning. I want you to vote for you, and we're going to talk about DD2D 2020 here in just a minute. And you say, well, what's that happy birthday thing? Well, I'm excited this week too because I made it another year come Friday. If I can make it that far, man, God bless us. I mean, we made it another year, so I'm super excited. And I got some gifts for you too. I got a little goodie bag we're going to talk about here in a little bit because when you have a virtual birthday party, you got to have virtual goodie bags, right? So we got some stuff for you. So hang around a little bit for me. And at the end of this, I've got some free gift for you, some other things as well. But I want to talk to you just a little bit about where I came from and what we were doing and how we got here, because actually we talked about doing this this time last year, and we're going to call it 2020 Rocks, right? And I was so excited to get the program going and get you folks out there just really make it a great 2021. And we just kept hitting roadblocks, and I kept praying and said, Lord, what's going on? How come this didn't happen? How come this didn't happen? And it turns out we found out why. I mean, the year just really took a turn, as we all know, and we've had some challenging times, and just it would have been a difficult time for everybody. We might have had some good programming going, but you wouldn't have been able to put all your plans into the process and get it going for you. So maybe that's why it was held back. I don't know, but regardless to say, everything's been falling into place here lately. Now, back when in March, April, when COVID first got us, I started some deep dives with Don just because I felt like I needed to get some things out there to some of my folks there out in Facebook land and that were struggling and trying and just keep you going. So what we end up doing from that is getting a really nice focus group for some of our programs. And I want to thank all of you who did that because it really did help us out and get our programming right and get it straight. But we've been working really hard to get a lot of programs ready for 2021. So we're super excited about it. And I'm going to talk to you about a little bit. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share with you just a little bit about a site that I'll talk to you about, and that's a2bforme.com. And the bottom line to everything this year is you got this. I don't know what happened to you last year. Like I said, I don't know if it's good or bad, but what I want to happen for you next year is good, right? And I just want to make sure that everybody out there, the whole purpose of me putting this program together, because I want to make sure that you're moving in the direction of your dreams. And I want to help you design personal development to success. And we don't want to do it by reinventing the wheel, okay? And the bottom line here is life is just too short. It is. I mean, it's too short to be frustrated. So let's just say goodbye to frustration. That happened. It's over. Let's get it back there. There may be some residual effects in your life and your family, but let's just say goodbye to what happened. Let's say hello to achievement for 2021, because it's your time to be the best you can be. It just is. I mean, I don't know what you've been doing in your life. I don't know what stars haven't been aligning, but now is the time to be the best that you can be. And if you want success in all areas of life, that's what we're talking about here. I'm just not talking about money. When we start talking about success, everybody starts thinking money, 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 money. Whoa. It's way more than money. I saw some feed yesterday, someone talking about, what's the car of your dreams? Well, and somebody else says, well, if a car is all your dreams are about, then you don't have any dreams. Well, that maybe not, but nice cars are fun to have, and it's a nice little thing out there to maybe say, if I do this, I get that, right? But let's talk about physical. Let's talk about mental. Let's talk about social, spiritual. That huge part of being successful. And again, financials are in there. Relationships, my goodness gracious, of the trying times that we have with relationships. Maybe you have some friends or relatives who need some help with that at this point in time after all that's been going on. And of course, financial and career and all that's in there as well. But for some of you, maybe the career and the financial end up working out for you, this year, but maybe some of the others have dragged down and you need to work on those. So we want to talk about complete success for you. And if you want a lifelong operating system that can take you to any goal that you desire and forever keep you living your dreams, and then we want to help you. And that's what we're here for. So let's talk about what we do. Well, first of all, we got to reflect, right? We got to know where you are. Everybody says, well, what's A to B for me? What does that even stand for, right? And I'm going to get back into some philosophy of this here in just a little bit. But the A is where you are right now. And it's where you are in your relationship. It's where you are in your social. It's where you're at in your physical. It's where you're at, in your spiritual. A is where you're at right now, right? And B is where you want to be. That's your destiny. That's where you want to be. So A to B is we need to know where the A is so we can help you get to B, right? And the two part is the strategy that we're going to talk about. So I want to put a plan together because what we want to do is we want to help you prepare your A to B for me strategy. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why we spell it so funny here. But we instill the courage and perseverance to succeed. We just want to make sure that you have what you need and support you need to keep it going. But nothing works. You can have all the wants and all the plans and all the stuff together, but if we don't execute, nothing's going to happen. So we got your back. We want to help you execute and implement. We're going to talk about implementation a lot here today, but we want you to execute. We want you to know that we got your back here. And one of my favorite quotes is by Tony Robbins. He says, the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. So we want to begin. Now is the time. Don't sit back any longer. Again, you need to be the best that you can be, and it's all there right in your hands. So 1, 2, 3, let's go, right? Let's get into A to B a little bit and why we come up with this. We talk about strategy because as you know, the planet's foundation is layered in strata. If you've ever been along the, we're in Virginia, so the Blue Ridge Parkway, or you've been out the Grand Canyon, out in the West, and you see the layers of strata, right? Well, those are years and years and years of pressure and heat and chemical actions pressing down those strata, and they build that foundation that we have that we call Earth, right? And the same thing has happened in your life. The same thing happens with success. You get that pressure, you get that heat. Some of you get a lot of chemical action, I'll tell you, when these things get going, right? So that is the basis of who we are, is we want to help you build those foundations of success. And what are those foundations? Well, the first one are your thoughts. If you don't get your thoughts right, ain't nothing going to work for you. So we got to start working on your thoughts and make sure that you get your head right, because if your head ain't right, ain't nothing going to happen. Because when you get into action, that second layer, that second plateau, it's like Mike Tyson says, everybody got a plan till they get hit in the face, right? Well, you're going to get hit in the face. It's not a if, it's a when. And knowing that it's going to happen, we need to be prepared for that. And our thoughts are going to help you get back into that action and keep going and keep persevering. And then that huge, huge, huge roadblock in most of our successful lives are habits, right? Those habits are just right there in the middle. It's that black layer, that plateau that is right in between everything that's good. But you got to make those habits work for you. And you got to make good ones, and you got to get rid of the bad ones, and you got to modify, and you got to know how to do that. And that's what we want to do, is help you get your habits straight so that you can get on and get that character developed. And once you get your character developed, in whichever area of success you're going for, your destiny in that area is right there. Okay. And of course, we're talking about a lifelong journey. We're not talking about knocking this thing out in 90 days. We got to get started. But thoughts, action, habit, character, destiny, and that is how it's going to work. And that's the road that we need to get you rolling on. Okay. But we don't want you to get it alone. We take our inspiration from the book of Proverbs, and with many counselors, you're going to succeed. And that is our philosophy here at A to B for me. And that's how we came up with the Deep Dive series. And what the Deep Dive series is, we understand that it's a fruit of discipline as a result of a well-implemented plan, but why reinvent the wheel? Okay, so our curriculum are books out there and successful people that have already done what we need to do. That they've already been there and they've made those mistakes. And so what we do is we take those core foundations, and what we do, the first step is read, learn, and then implement. We're going to read the material. We're going to read the books that these guys, they labored, they did all this work, they've succeeded in what they wrote down. We want to find out how they did it, but reading it just doesn't get it. I mean, people have bookshelves and bookshelves, and some of them they've never even read. They just collect them, right? But you read them, and you got to read them, and then you got to learn them. And that's where the deep dives come in. In the deep dives, we take what we read and we go back and we learn it. And we get the PowerPoints with you. We're sitting here with you, doing all this stuff with you, and then we got to implement it. And because it does no good to read or learn if you're not going to implement the stuff, right? How many seminars have you went to and you were all pumped up and all excited when you got home? You don't even know where the notes are anymore, right? Or you might have tried a couple things that didn't work. Wasn't anybody there to help you implement? So we're here to help you implement. We're going to do that through action steps, and we're going to do that, through some of our one-on-one sessions with you. But read, learn, implement, and that's the core basis of the deep dives. And that's what we do. That's how we get you started here. But let's talk about how we keep it going. How we keep it going is the A to B for Me community that we set up called the network. And the network is not a Facebook group. Let's get that right out the face. It's not a Facebook group. This is a group of success-minded people. And I tell you, our magic power lies in the fact that we want to make a difference in other people's lives. So getting folks involved in the network is huge, because in there you get your one-on-one strategy calls, you get your weekly strategy group sessions that we have out there. We've got positive reaction across multiple platforms, including Facebook, and access. This is the key to the complete A to B for Me knowledge base. So it's a huge, huge program. We're going to talk about it in a little bit, but our mantra is, whose life can we improve today? And we think it's going to be yours, right? So let's talk about the core program, Deep Dive to Destiny. And that's what I'm so excited about today, because we put this together. It is our foundational deep dive. And what we've done is we've taken the deep dives into the compound effect, the deep dives into the miracle morning, and the deep dives into atomic habits. And we have taken those, which are 18 weeks of content, and we've condensed them into a 60-day program. So instead of week lead time, we're jumping on this thing every 3 days. Every 3 days, you're getting another lesson plan and something else to get on. So it's going to get you up and rolling in the next 60 days. And we're going to give you a break in between curriculum, a little 3-day debrief. And if you need us, you can reach out to us and we can help you through that. But in all this, you're going to get action plans. You're going to get worksheets. Some of them got workbooks. You go through and we will make sure you get this stuff implemented. And I'll tell you what, if you do what you need to do, and you get in here and you dig in, you're going to make some significant changes in your life in the next 60 days. And it's going to carry you forward into our next set of deep dives after the first of the year. Well, let's talk about deep dive. It's got 3 deep dives. And again, our deep dives normally, as we did them here in the last few weeks, are $75 a piece. That's $225. And that's not a lot of like that. Where's the $9.95? Where's the $15.95? No, that's not us. We want to make it accessible to you. And those 3s would be $225, but we knocked the core series down to $197. But for our Vote to You, Vote for You series here, we want to give you a code DT2D 2020. And when you go in and you purchase the Deep Dive to Destiny, it's going to give you another $50 off. So that's going to help pay for your books and everything else. So you don't have to worry about that. But DD2D 2020, use that code, and that's going to get you the entire series for $147. And we can't do anything more than that. I mean, my goodness gracious, we're giving you 60 days worth of content. It really is 18 weeks worth of content condensed down for $147. So, well, when you go to the site, a2bforme.com, just click or tap there and get in there and get that thing going for yourself. Now, here's another thing I'm going to do for you. if when you graduate from Deep Dive to Destinies, guess that it was 60 days from now, we're talking about around January 1st or so, you're going to be ready for some more programs, right? Well, we got Success Principles out there. It's coming. We got it rolling. We got a workbook with it now. We got the 12-week year. We're working on it. We got a workbook with that. We've got 30 Life Principles with Dr. Charles Stanley, incredible 16-week series. Success Principles is 16 weeks. 12-week year is 8 weeks. And what we want to do is we want to give you credit into the network. So the 147 that you're paying for Deep Dive to Destiny, once you complete that, you just let us know and we're going to credit you that towards the A to B community, the network. Now the network itself is 365 a year. It's $1 a day to be involved in the network and get all these neat benefits from it. And you get access to the entire knowledge base. But you know, if we're going to take a 365, we're going to take 147 down. Let's do, I got a calculator here. I'm not that good, but 365 minus 147, some of you are already there with me. That's $218. For $218, we're going to give you the entire year 2021 to go through every single program that we have and that we are going to develop in the future. And if you take that out by 365, that is 59.7 cents a day. Now, I know you're worth 59.7 cents a day. Don't tell me you're not. So let's get this thing going. Let's go out there. Let's get the Deep Dive to Destiny. Let's get that going for yourself. Let's get all that stuff happening. And then when you're done with it in late December or January, give us a shout, let us know, and we're going to let you into the A to B for Me community where you can immediately start the Success Principles. You can immediately start the 12-week year. You can immediately start the 30 Life Principles. We're also going to have a group, George Leonard, I wrote a book called Mastery. We're going to have that. Next year, we've already queued up Grant Cardone, the 10X Rule. And then we've got some classics out there like The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich. And of course, what we do every week with our weekly challenge is through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We'll have those out there for you too. So all that for, what was it? 59.7 cents a day. I don't know what to tell you. How can we do that? I don't know. That's just what we do. Okay. But a lot of people are out there and they're saying, well, wait a minute. I can read the book myself. I can just buy the book. Well, here's some stuff from folks who've been talking about, you know, what happens when you get a coach. I read the Success Principles book and I was really excited. Whoop, let's get back here. Let's go back to where you were. We'll stay here a minute. The book is brilliant on its own, certainly, but the greatest benefit of having a coach to guide me through it was that I was forced to follow through. There's absolutely no comparison between the way I functioned 4 months ago and the way I live my life now. Everything is so much better. There's another one. I read the Success Principles book and was really excited, but had no idea how to absorb the information. My coach has made it so manageable. I can't believe how much my life has changed in such a short time. And these things can happen to you as well. I've got a poem down here at the bottom of the website called Don't Live on Someday I'll by Dennis Whaley. You might want to, I don't know if some of you have been in some of my sessions, you've heard me do that before, but get through there and read that. You don't want to get stuck on Someday I'll. From this day forward, you want to make it, you want to take your Someday I'll and make it now. So let's get that going for you. Now, here's your free gift. Hop up on a2bforme.com, go down to the very, very bottom, and it says, wait, don't leave without your free gift. Because what we want to do, if you go up, you just want to click right here, and we're going to give you, we want to make the next 90 days your best 90 days. So we want to get you on target. We want you to get into Deep Dive to Destiny and get it rolling, but we also want you to have a copy of the same High Achievers 90-Day Success Focusing System that we use in our 16-week Success Principles program. It's a nice little PDF. It's going to help you get straight with a lot of your goals, and it's going to help you pick up those key points, help you get an accountability partner, and get a lot of things moving in your life. Last but not least, one of the things we do here at A2B for Me is we want to pay it forward. So everything that we bring in, A2B, we're probably going to donate 10% of the revenue to support local charities. We're going to support global. We've got a couple of global missions we're supporting. So every quarter we're going to cut that check. So help us cut that check. If you got some folks out there that you think need some help, send us their name, just email it to me or hit me up on Facebook, and we'll take a look at them. And if it's something we might want to do, then we may add them to the list. But that's a big part of it as well. So get on there and let's get this thing going for you. I hope that hope you having a great year. But like I said, if you're not, now's the time. Deep dive to Destiny. I can't just tell you how excited I am to be able to bring it to you at this price. Again, $147, and that's going to get you rolling for the next 90 days, for the next 60 days. Now, what else do you do? Well, you go up to the store here. We've got the store here at the A to B for Me site. That's our success store, and you go down here and just grab your books. You're going to need a Compound Effect. You're going to need the Miracle Morning. You're going to need Atomic Habits. So click to purchase right there, get your books, and you're going to be rolling. And as we go on down through here, one of the things that I might recommend that you get as well, if you don't journal, let's get you a Phoenix journal. I'll just tap there and get you a journal. It's an incredible journey. It's going to a journal to help you achieve clarity and focus. And I'll tell you, I've been using it for a couple of years now. It's recommended to me by one of my mentors. It is a fabulous book. And then again, we're going to get into life principles, which has got the Bible with it, but we'll do 30 life principles that'll be coming up next year in January. The success principles, we got the success principles workbook, we got Mastery by George Leonard, we got the 12-week year, we got the 12-week year field guide, the Rhythm of Life, and some of our classics here that we've got posted for you at this point. And you can go down and see all of our deep dives and where we're at and what we've got, our community, the whole 9 yards, see our pricing for what's coming up. But I just wanted to shoot this out to you today. It says everything it needs to say right at the top. Start now. Again, vote for you, DD2D 2020. Let's get that up there for you. I'm going to stop the share right now and make it big for you. Vote for you, DD2D 2020 is the code you need to input at checkout. And I tell you what, I'll look forward to seeing you in the deep dives. Well, until then, guys, have a great one. Reach out to me if you got any questions, and have a great week.